My name's Louise, and today I'm filming my update for my eyeshadow roulette. I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts of all time. Tell me if you get the reference.
Obstinate, headstrong girl, I'm ashamed of you.
This eyeshadow roulette was a success. Again, I feel like the last one and this one have actually gone really well. Here on my little post-it notes, I have the list of shadows I randomized last time. So I'm gonna go through them, swatch them, talk about each one, and then I'll insert some of my eyeshadow looks. Yes. This time I'm also going to include some more like full face looks just to show how the eyeshadow look tied in with the rest of the face. That's gonna be even more cringy than last time, but you know. I'm working on increasing the level of cringe I am comfortable with sharing on the internet. I'm a relatively cringy person IRL, so it shouldn't be that big of a leap, but yes. Okay, the eyeshadows randomized last time. Let's start from the top. The first shadow I generated was from the Zodiac Palette by BH Cosmetics, and it was the color Aquarius, which is that one. This one is a really nice bronzy greeny gold shade. Ooh, I enjoyed using it. I used it 3 times. I could have used it more. It was a really nice all over the lid color and inner corner color. I could have used it more, but I felt that I had to let the other colors also come out to play. I can definitely say that this is a color I will use again. I really liked it. It was easy to blend. It felt smooth. My eyes didn't start to water because of it, so the second color I generated was from the TooFaced Just Peachy Mattes palette, and it was the color Just Peachy. How fitting. I already knew when I generated this color that I really enjoy this entire palette, and in particular this color. Oranges on the eyes are just, it's so pretty. It's a smooth, buttery matte, easy to blend. It was nice in the crease. It was nice as a shade all over the lid. I used it 4 times and I really had to stop myself from using it more. The third color I generated was from the NYX Tutorials by Beauty Bay palette, and it was the first shade in the palette, Redemption. Now, this is a really pretty color. It feels pretty smooth when you swatch it, but I don't know if you can see, maybe you get the feeling that it is gonna be a little bit patchy. Ooh, that was a slightly crooked swatch. Yeah, it looks like good like this, but it's, I don't know. It's a pretty color, but it's a color that you need to work with in the sense that you need to have a sticky base. You need to have patience. If you wet it, it will become a bit more intense, but I also feel that it's easy to blend it away into nothing. And that's, oh, give it here. And that is a shame when it comes to a color that is as vibrant and as beautiful as this one. I know that Nikki, in one of her looks where she introduced the collaboration, had a really strong orange inner corner highlight with the color Redemption, and it looked bomb. I know for me at least, I need to really work with it to make it that vibrant. I love the color. I will use it again, but the fact that it takes a little bit of babying might be something that will deter me from using it unless I know I have a lot of time. When it comes to this shade, I used it 3 times, and the last time I really had to force myself to use it. And to me, that says a great deal about how easy it was to use. The fourth color that I generated was yet another color from the BH Cosmetics Zodiac Palette, and this time it was the color Virgo. Let's see, Virgo. I know that when I generated it last time, I said it reminded me of the Urban Decay Dust color in the sense that I felt it would be like a nice topper, but I have to eat my words because this is a beautiful shade to use all over the lid, inner corner highlight. It's really pretty. It's a beautiful color. It just works everywhere, easy to blend, same formula as the Aquarius shade. I love it. The Virgo shade I used 4 times and it was a joy every time. The last color I generated was from the Älva 2 palette by Oden's Eye Cosmetics, Älva 2, and it was the color Deep Sea, which is this one. This is a shade that feels very buttery. It's a beautiful color. Ooh, look at that. However, it was a little finicky. And I really had to work to make it stay where I wanted it to. Might have something to do with the fact that the formula was very creamy, so it felt like it also transferred very easily on my relatively hooded eyes. But the color, I mean, come on, you can't go wrong with that color. It was beautiful. I used it as a liner, which I felt was a little difficult, but when I used it more in the outer V, it was really pretty and very cool. I used it 3 times. Similar to the Redemption shade, it did take a little bit more work, which meant that I needed to put in a little bit more effort in order to get the result that I wanted. The result always turned out to be beautiful, in particular after the first time when I had started learning a bit more how the shadow worked. So I don't regret using it in any way. It will be a color that I will want to use again, but I will always remember that it took a bit of effort, so it might be a color that I'll be a bit wary of in the future as well. So these were the 5 I generated last time. Look at the sheen though. Oh my god. Beautiful lineup. I will now be inserting my eye looks with maybe a couple of selfies thrown in the mix. Here you go. Okie dokes, those were the looks. Now let's move into the fun part, which is randomizing the colors. I'll be using my computer to generate my 5 random shades, and I'll be picking from my single shadows, of which I have 56, and from my shadows in palettes, of which I have 295. If you add that up, that's 351 eyeshadows. So let's randomly generate from number 1 to 351. Okay, so we have entered 1 to 351. Let us generate. We get number 105. And number 105 is from my palettes. And according to my little notebook, it's from my BH Cosmetics by Shaaanxo palette. The colors don't have a name in this palette, but according to my notebook, it is a dark beige shimmer. So let's get the palette. So the color is this one. Oof, it is pretty. I do like it. I've described the color as a dark beige shimmer. I feel like it's a little more pinky than beige. This is a pretty color. So that was fun. Now the next shade is 204. 204 is from my Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. So let me go get that one. From this palette, and it's the color Bronze. Let's see what that one looks like. It's, it's this one. So that's another shimmer. Oh, okay, so that's pretty. Ooh, like words, none. Third color, 129. What? And that's from the TooFaced Just Peachy palette. Again. Okay. Okay. I like the palette, so, but okay. So, TooFaced Just Peachy Mattes. And it was the color Just Ripe, which is this one. Ooh. I know for a fact that I haven't used this shade that much. It's a little more, how do I describe it? Like it feels a little scratchy almost. Let's see. Yeah, and you can kind of see it's a little bit patchy as well in comparison in particular to the other shade that I generated last time, the Just Peachy shade. Just Ripe is slightly patchier, but these 3 together, really nice look. Feels very appropriate going into November, to be honest. Let's generate the 4th shade, 151. Have I had that one before? No, I haven't, because this is from the NYX Fire palette. Really enjoyed that palette. So it's from this palette, and it's the 6th shade in the palette, which means it's that one. It looks a little similar to the color Bronze from the ABH Soft Glam palette, but let's see here. Well, yeah, it's pretty similar. Is this the kind of time when I roll again? Yeah, honestly, I think I will, because I think you can tell they are pretty much identical. However, the Soft Glam palette is more pigmented, so trying to rub that off, and we'll be rolling again. So, take 2 for color number 4. 271. And that is what? Okay, well, it's from the Oden's Eye, Älva 2 again. I mean, the more shadows you have in one palette, the higher the likelihood that you will randomly generate from that palette. But it does feel a little too coincidental that 2 palettes I used last time have been randomly generated again. Could it be the full moon? Could it be Halloween? Is it something occult? Anyway, so Älva 2 again, and it's the first color in the palette, yes. It's actually one of the reasons why I bought this palette. It's this color, apricot. Yes, it is pretty. And it's interesting because it's more of a mustardy apricot than like a proper apricot to me. Okay, yeah, ignore that one. So I'll have to jump a bit here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So far I'm feeling very Christmas, very fall, very cold evenings with a fire and maybe some mulled wine, some glögg, if you know what that is. It's actually, I mean, thinking about the word glögg when you say it in like an English context, it does sound very strange. I mean, how the hell could the word glögg mean anything? It is, I would say, a variety of a spiced mulled wine that we drink during Christmas in Sweden. Very sweet, very, very, very cozy. Rightio, so final color then. 195. Let's consult the notebook. And that's another NYX palette. Let's get that one. From this one, the Ultimate Edit Brights palette. Hope it's maybe the green or the blue. Just, you know, to give a little bit of a contrast. But no, it's the pink color. Let's give that one a swatch. So yes, okay. That one threw me for a loop. I would have preferred a green or a blue because I think a green would have been a good contrast, but now everything kind of flows together nicely, I suppose. But that pink though, I'm not sure how these will work together. I suppose it will be a cool look to combine that one and that one. That one and that one will also be unexpected. This apricot will work with all 3 of these. It's the pink one that's making it a bit hard for my brain, I will say. But you know, looking at this, I'm inspired and I'm up for the challenge. So let's run through the colors. We have this pinky beigey shimmer from the BH Cosmetics by Shaaanxo palette. We have this color called Bronze from the Soft Glam palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's beautiful. We have this maroony brown color called Just Ripe from the TooFaced Just Peachy Mattes palette. We have the color Apricot from the Älva 2 or Älva 2 palette by Oden's Eye Cosmetics. And finally, we have this bright pink color from the Ultimate Edit Brights palette by NYX. Yes, this will be fun. In particular, looking forward to these shimmers because they're beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to drink some coffee, then clean my house. This is all an illusion. And I'll see you in 2 weeks. My goal again is to use these shades twice in the upcoming 2 weeks. And then I'll give you a rundown and see how it went this time. I hope you all have a lovely Halloween. Stay safe and wash your hands. Take care of yourselves. And yeah, bye-bye.